I feel like I've made it in life. I feel like I've made it, and I feel like now everything's just a bonus. My parents, I never heard them complain. Even when the odds were stacked super against them, they would just try their best. And that's the biggest lesson that I could learn from them. That even when the odds are stacked against you, all you can do is try your best. I think not complaining is one of the most powerful things you can do, because if something happens, if you don't complain, all of a sudden you're in problem solving mode.
Where does that element of scarcity come in?
So,
but yeah, you must be blown up right now, right? With The Apprentice?
blown up.
Yeah.
Blown up. Literally, it's just a crazy time. It is just a crazy time. Like, I go on LinkedIn, probably now, there'll be 3 new inquiries. Someone's trying to get me in for the organization. Someone just recognized me in the corridor.
Exactly.
Someone recognized me on the tube. They've recognized me at the birthday party. Wait, I'm still adjusting to it, but it's very strange that you put my phone on doing this stuff.
Do you like the change?
Great question. I'm embracing it. I don't know if I love it.
Do you think it's a bit too much?
A little bit.
Is that because you're more of a private person and you only want to stay private in what you do? And
It's interesting. I feel like this whole apprentice thing has made me more introverted,
wow, okay. What makes you say that?
because I like the job that I do. I stand in front of people, I help them out. In that case, I'm more than fine for everyone to look at me and give me attention. Otherwise, not really. So I was out recently with the missus, and we're like this bar/club, and every 10 minutes someone's stopping me, and people obviously getting drunk, and it just made me not want to be there. To be honest. Having said that, there are more pros than cons, but I kind of like highlighting the cons, because everyone assumes that I've gone on The Apprentice and life is beautiful. There's pros and cons.
Would you say the pros are the opportunities that have arisen?
Precisely. And the pride of my family.
Yes.
That's the biggest pro. My mum didn't know what The Apprentice was.
She didn't.
She doesn't watch TV. I was trying to convince her how big of a deal it was, and she was kind of like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then now she gets it. And she got to come to BBC Studios for You're Fired, and it's beautiful, man. That's the biggest pro.
With the firing stage, how does it work? Because obviously I know he just goes, "You're fired." I've been told that the calf isn't actually real.
The cafe is always closed, and then it opens when we're there.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's a calf because it doesn't look like a set.
Okay, so it's not like just across. Is it across the road? Like
it's down the road. We've got to get in a car for about 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it is, and then when you get there, it's a calf. They open the shutters. We go inside.
Sure. And at that point, is Lord Sugar having the debrief, or
at that point it's lunchtime?
Okay.
So what happens is both teams come back into the boardroom.
Sure.
Each team talks about, this is what we did, this is what we did. And in the episode, it's like 5 minutes each, but in real life, it's like an hour each team. We're in the boardroom for like 6 to 7 hours.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's long. So an hour each team. Then we find out the results. The winning team go to do the treats, so they're off. The losing team goes to the losers' calf.
Okay.
So at that point, Lord Sugar, Brady, and Tim, they're just chilling, having lunch, I'm assuming. Because we're in the losers' calf for about an hour.
What are you doing in that hour?
Arguing.
Really?
Yeah, and also, every 15 minutes or so, someone is leaving the calf to go and do those little interviews. They call it voxes. You know, when it would just be me and they'll be like, "I'm so disappointed in."
Yeah.
So when someone leaves to do that interview, it pauses, and then they come back, and then we continue. And then someone else leaves to do the interview, and then it pauses. So it takes an hour. It takes ages.
Yeah.
And then we have a bit of lunch. Then we go back into the boardroom. And then we all argue again. That takes about an hour again. And then if you're in the bottom 3,
shit gets real.
bruv, everyone else has gone home, and then you're there for another hour. So that's why a lot of times you hear Lord Sugar say, "You know, I've had enough. Stop talking." Because in real life, we've been chatting for time.
Oh, really? So they only cut out the best parts?
Best parts. But boardroom days are long. In the episodes, they're like 25 minutes. But in real life, they're hours.
I think with The Apprentice, it's so much like, you have to be fucking ruthless, right? Selfish.
You have to be,
Respectful, but
yeah.
selfish. Because at the end of the day, you want the investment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those weird things where it's a team sport that then gets individual in the boardroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because on task, we have to work well as a team.
Sure.
But the minute we step into the boardroom, individual. So that's the funny dynamic that you'll be like, I swear on task you guys were boys, and then now you'll be.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. But the boardrooms are intense. People ask me, are they as intense as you think they are? And they are intense, bro, because the context of the intensity of the boardroom comes from the fact that on the show, we are stripped of the real world. So we haven't got our phones,
Sure.
no news, no television, no internet. One phone call a week for a few minutes to a loved one.
Mm.
And what happens after even 2-3 weeks is that this experience becomes life. You know what I mean? So you're watching it on TV and it looks like a TV show, but when you're in it, it feels like a huge deal. 'Cause it kind of is. You want to get the investment for your business.
Yeah, sure.
But when you watch it, it's entertainment. When you're in it, bro, you're going for it. So because you're stripped out of real life, you don't know what's happening in life. You're in this bubble. This becomes life. So in the boardroom, someone's getting fired. It feels like you're going to lose your job or you're going to kind of lose at life. That's how it feels in the moment. And of course, you then get fired and it's not that deep. But that's why they're so intense, because you're like, someone's going home, it's not me.
Yeah, it can't be me.
It's not me.
Yeah.
And the fact, for you to make the 18, you have to be very competitive and like you have to be. So you're like, I'm not going home. And that's how you see us all going for it.
What would you say is your biggest lesson that you've learned from The Apprentice?
This is my most hated question.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because I didn't learn anything.
Okay. Because you already knew it. You already...
Yeah, it reinforced things I already knew,
Sure.
but I didn't learn much. Again, because the show is more entertainment than business acumen, there are things that, for example, episode 6, I got a lot of stick for my negotiation with Vodafone in Turkey. And I broke down the prices or what the prices would have been. And then Lord Sugar was like, that's a really bad idea. To me, I just did something called price anchoring, which is a sales strategy that entrepreneurs use all the time. I use it all the time. If you were to do these things individually, they would cost this much. But because you're doing them together, I'm giving you a bundle price, so it's this much.
It's discounted.
I don't think that's crazy. But obviously on the show, I got a lot of stick for it. And then people are like, oh, next time, don't break down costs to corporates. But I'm going to do it again. And that's what I mean by, I fully respect Lord Sugar. He's an incredibly successful entrepreneur, businessman. And he did give us advice. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've left learning new business principles.
Have you learned that, not to discredit or throw anyone under the bus, but learn how in business people can become spiteful and change their tone very quickly?
Perhaps. But again, I didn't learn that because I've already been burnt in business before. So again, it reinforced it. And also, that is more heightened because that is a competition. And we are competing end of the day. So, yeah.
Okay. I can't remember if I asked you this question in the last episode that we've done. If you haven't watched that, check it out. Describe your journey in 3 words. Do you remember answering that question?
Possibly. It would be different words now, though.
That's why I was going to ask you. I have a feeling it's changed. So if you could describe your journey in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Patient.
Okay.
Consistent. Crazy.
Let's take crazy. What made you say that?
Because I think my craziness is one of my superpowers.
Okay.
By craziness, I just mean my ability to be myself, which I think I'm a bit crazy. I think for someone to believe that they can make it on The Apprentice, coming from where I've come from, is crazy. To go for it is crazy. To be a reserve for season 18, so you just missed out, but try again is crazy.
But what makes you say... So I watched your documentary and I didn't know a lot of the stuff. your parents moved from here, from Italy to here, not speaking any English. You lived in a house with others, right? You lived in one room. Obviously, we didn't talk about that in the other episode, and I think that's what I want to dive deeper into in this episode. Really understand who Frederick at Free Throw is, besides the sprinting and the public speaking. What was it like growing up?
I got shivers when you asked me that because most of the time that's what I speak about, the sprinting, the public speaking. But I opened up about my upbringing following the show.
Sure.
I felt a moral obligation to do that. Life growing up I was a kid. So I just know my parents are doing their best. I always had food on my plate. I always had clothes. I always had a roof over my head. But I just knew it wasn't easy. In Italy, we had our own spot. But it was hard. We were the only black family in the whole area. That came with its challenges. People did weird things. My mum told me this story about when I was very young, so I wouldn't remember this. And we were standing at the bus stop and cars would slow down to look at my family. And old people would do the cross and as they walk past us. Yeah. And that must have not been a nice feeling for my parents. And that was Italy. And then because the economy in Italy is different and my dad had a few issues with his job in Italy, he moved to the UK to work with his uncle that worked in central London. And he was in a flat share. He was in one bedroom. When we joined my dad a few months later, we joined him. So it was a 3-bedroom flat in Tulse Hill near Brixton. And a family of 4, we were in one of the bedrooms. And there were different families in different bedrooms. Bro, I was 11 years old. My little sister was 5. You can only imagine. Like, all of a sudden, I need to knock before I go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or if I randomly walk in, bro, there's a freaking stranger in there. Like, yo. The bedroom was our front room, bedroom, living room, everything. Mattress on the floor, me and my sister, mum and dad in a single bed. But again, just got on with it.
And at that age, were you aware of what was going on? Because obviously at 11, you're still figuring life out. Not even life, to be fair, who you are. Like,
it's a good question. No. Because I moved from Italy to London, and these are my circumstances, I assumed that everyone lived like that.
Yeah, it's normal.
Because I'm not asking people at school, what's your living circumstances like? All I know is I go home, we got a bedroom, different families got different bedrooms. So I'm assuming this is how people live in London.
And it's only now that you're older, you think, wow.
I think, whoa.
Struggles,
man.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that your parents have taught you?
My dad moved from Ghana to Italy, no accommodation.
Wow.
He lived at train stations, bro. And then they spoke no Italian. And then they've moved again. My parents, I never heard them complain. Even when the odds were stacked super against them, they would just try their best. And that's the biggest lesson that I could learn from them. That even when the odds are stacked against you, all you can do is try your best.
And not complain.
I think not complaining is one of the most powerful things you can do, because if something happens, if you don't complain, all of a sudden you're in problem-solving mode. Rather than blaming the traffic, rather than blaming everyone around you, okay, what could I have done better? I could have left earlier. I could have. And I do this thing called extreme accountability, where even if it's not really my fault, I take accountability.
You should take accountability. So you take the burden off. You say you take what happened? Would you say you take the burden off people?
Yeah, I have very low expectations of people. I give without expecting to receive. And I just don't expect anyone to do anything for me.
It's the best way, right? The energy that you put in is the energy that you put out. You cannot expect to receive from the person that you give to. And that's something that I've lived by now. Even with my friends, like I'll give them something, generally out of the kindness of my heart, and I don't expect you to give me something back because I know an opportunity will come. Someone I will, for example, respond to someone on a DM saying, "Come on the pod." They say, "Yeah." That's because I gave, and the universe has come back into me. I want to say, on our last episode, you mentioned, on Rob's episode, you said, "Get ready," on your chapter, and I think in your one you said, "We're taking off." Is that the same?
I have taken off.
You have taken off.
It's so crazy when I look back on those things. So for context, 2 years ago, for our viewers that haven't seen it, 2 years ago, I was asked on a podcast, what would you describe this chapter of your life? And I said, get ready for takeoff. Put your seatbelt because I'm about to take off. But I was just chatting. Like, I don't know. I'm just chatting, innit? But it's crazy how you just say these things and you put these things out there and you somehow manifest it. Now, of course, I worked incredibly hard, but I would have never known then that I would have been on national television and gone on The Apprentice. But I fully feel like I've taken off. In a crazy way, bro, I feel like I've made it in life.
Yeah?
Yes. I feel like I've made it, and I feel like now everything's just a bonus. Everything's extra. Bro, like I said to you, I didn't speak any English when I came to this country, bro. That kid would be in awe of me, bro. There's always more I can do, of course. I can take America, I can become one of the best speakers in the world, etc. And I'm going to strive to do that. But I'm super content in life, bro.
Yeah. And I think that's what everyone needs to strive for. Because I can definitely tell the energy. The energy is changed from last episode, which is positive energy. I'm not saying it's negative, it's positive. And I'm happy for you. You know, when I saw you on The Apprentice, I was like, yes, Frederick. Obviously, we didn't get the result that we wanted. But regardless, a blessing. In every failure, there's a blessing, right?
100%.
Within the past year, what's been like a new challenge that you haven't faced before that's come up, that's made you think, oh, shit, haven't experienced that?
Following The Apprentice, my time management has been the hardest thing. I'm still struggling with that. It's hard. So when I think about how I manage my time, I have the business, Believe in Greatness.
Yep.
I have a fiance. I'm going to get married this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have my family, mum, dad, sister. I'm a big brother. I have friends, old school friends, new friends, business, relationships, following Apprentice, PR, content. Before I did my content a little bit, now I'm on this content thing. Bro, it's so hard to manage. And I need to find better ways to do that.
Is that because you're trying to do it all yourself?
Yes. How did you know?
Jana literally said the same thing. He's trying to do everything himself. If you want to scale, you can't. You're doing too many things.
It's so scary, bro.
It's scary. But why is it scary?
To give, I don't know, bro. It's just, this is the unknown, isn't it?
Are you scared of people working for you?
Yes.
And them not being as passionate?
Yes.
You've got to find the right people.
Correct.
There's people out there that like public speaking, like helping, like going to schools. You just need to find it.
It's true, man. Bro, the admin is killing me, man.
I could imagine.
I'll show you my calendar.
I could imagine.
Like Monday's supposed to be a chill day. And I've got meetings from 10 to 5.
And are these with people that I've reached out to?
Yes.
Leads.
So I'm going to wake up at 5:30, get on my laptop, do some work probably till 9:30, have breakfast, meetings 10 to 5, then eat again. Then it's going to be like 7 p.m. And then I'm going to be tired. And then my to-do list is going to be the same, or have more things on it.
But do you still feel like you're being efficient?
No.
So why have you not made the jump?
It's a good question. I'm just scared right now, man. I need to make it. I know I need to make it. And I don't know what I'm waiting for.
Where does that element of scarcity come in?
So with all these inbound leads, I just feel like life is funny because you could be doing so well, but there will always be that voice in it. And yeah, if I'm going to be honest, that voice just tells me, bro, just do everything, man. Because if they mess up, you're done. And at the moment, that voice is winning. But it's great we're having this conversation because, sometimes you just have to speak about it.
Yeah. Have you read Outwitting the Devil?
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't.
What you're explaining is the devil, which is the negative energy of positivity. That is one of its ways it infects the mind is through fear. And the only way that the devil cannot control your mind is if you take control of your own mind. You saying that you're scared, that's not you talking. You know you can do it.
Facts.
So take control of it. Accurate thinking, positive thinking will eliminate that.
It's facts. It's the funniest thing is coming off The Apprentice, I feel like I'm at the bottom of a new mountain.
Yes, you would be.
Hit that level, I'm at a next level. And these are the new problems.
Got to figure it out. Got to do some soul searching.
I agree. And I will. I have confidence that I will. And all of these things, they're important because number one, life would be boring if we had it all figured out.
Yeah.
And the beauty is in the journey. Me coming back for episode 3.
Exactly.
And then just telling you about...
You'll have delegation.
Do you understand, bro? And I'll tell you all about it. You're like, bro, I'm hands off.
Yeah. Do you want to be hands off though?
That's a great question. No.
I feel like in your field you can't though.
I agree.
Like it's a people orientated. No one's going to do your job as good as you, right?
And I'm so sure that so many of the doors that have opened for me is because people like me. I'm incredibly good at what I do, don't get it twisted, but so are many other people that do exactly what I do. And I recently, we all know about the 80-20 rule, right?
Yes.
Well, the 20% that gets 80% of the stuff. And I did some soul searching and I had to ask myself, what are the things that get me the most booked, the most money, the most clients? And it's actually just being in rooms. That gets me way more client than email marketing, LinkedIn, social media, being in rooms. Not to say I shouldn't do the rest. They all complement each other. But I recently did an interview with The Mirror, with the assistant editor of The Mirror, second in charge. I met him at an event. Chopping it up. I had no idea who he was, to be fair.
Yeah.
Chopping it up. And then he put his number on my phone. I saw the name Darren Lewis. I was like, there's a Darren Lewis I always listen to on TalkSport and he's always on Sky Sports. I'm sure it's not him.
Yeah.
And I Googled Darren Lewis because I knew the voice, but I didn't know the face. And it was him. All of a sudden, he's in my contacts. We WhatsApp all the time. He's like, do you want to do an interview with The Mirror? I'm like, yeah, cool. I thought it would be a little quick interview. I get there, there's lights, there's cameras. I was like, bro, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? I went to another event. I met the head of the DI of the BBC. I sent that lady a LinkedIn request.
Time ago.
And she asked me for a picture. So I say that to say that, one, I don't want to be hands off. And two, my superpower, I've understood, is being in the room, meeting people. So my job now is to do that as much as possible, which again highlights the delegation point, which is why I need people to do the admin.
It's important to be in the right rooms, right?
The most important thing.
And are you selling yourself in these rooms or you just go in there just generally trying to add value?
I'm going there and being curious. I'm adding value, but not even all the time. I'll be honest. I'm going there and I'm being human, and I'm genuinely curious into what do you do? How did you get into that? How does it work?
Yeah.
When I ask people what they do, they'll give me their fancy title, and I don't pretend to know what that is, and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? What do you do on a day-to-day?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Naturally, they'll ask me what I do, and there's a bit of synergy there. Cool. Again, I don't have expectations. So I tell people to network all the time, and then people get back to me like, oh, I went to that networking event and I didn't. Like, that's not the point. That's actually not the point. I go in with zero expectation, and I'm just fully myself. And if there is value to add, great. If not, we just build a connection.
Yeah. I heard you mention on a interview about advice given to young kids, and you said stay curious. Someone said that to me once. I asked them, like, when I was starting out my sales job, I was like, what advice would you give me? He was like, just stay curious. When you hear that, like, what made you say that?
Curiosity is one of those things that I used to work a lot in primary schools. And curiosity is one of those things that primary school kids have a lot. You tell them to do something, they'll be like, why?
Yeah.
They want to know. And then we lose it as adults. But curiosity is what helps me progress. I'll do a class. 10 people will come to the class. 7 out of 10 will sign up for my program. I'm going to ask myself, did I get lucky or did I do something different? Why did that happen? Similarly, I'll go to a networking event. I'll connect with these incredible people. I ask myself, did I just do something or did I just get lucky? When I onboard a client, I'll ask them, why did you turn up to this? That curiosity gives me the information that I need to repeat the process. So I used to just think, yeah, I did well.
Yeah.
But now I ask myself, did I do well or did I get lucky?
Yeah. Yeah, curiosity is one of those things that just needs to be there. And one of my guests said this, and it's actually quite powerful. Success leaves clues. And if someone has done what you've done, why are you going to be ignorant if someone is telling you do this X, Y, and Z, and you will do it, and like you'll get there? Because I did it. If you're not going to listen to that person, like it makes no sense. You can't be success and ignorant at the same time.
Bro, I was at a school yesterday, my old school, funnily enough, and I spoke to a bunch of year nines. And I said, look, in year 9, I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. So if you don't know, that's perfectly fine. But does anyone think they have an idea? A few hands up, a few people told me what they want to do. I was like, cool. You want to be an engineer in Formula 1? Do you know what you have to do? He said, no. I said, find an engineer, Formula 1, copy and paste.
Yeah.
Copy and paste what successful people have done. The craziest thing to me, I remember when I first started in this personal development world, I would hear people in personal development say stuff like, money comes from value. So be more valuable and you earn more money.
Yeah.
And I'd say that to my friends and they would disagree with me. And I'd say, bro, 10 successful people have said this. Why are we not listening to them? I think, bro, that's my life changed when I just started to listen to people that were successful, bro. And when I wasn't where I am now, the stuff they were saying was alien to me. But I still tried. Because if they have what I want, I'm going to try and do what they did.
I think it's a level of pride and ego, especially in us men. Like, if a guy's telling you to do something, you're like, I can do it myself. Like, some people, like to figure it out by themselves.
Why? Why do you think people like figuring it out by themselves?
It's a pride thing. They can say, yeah, I did it. I figured it out myself. I'm a macho man. Do you know what I mean?
So silly.
It's so silly. Like, why would you not copy and paste what someone's done to reduce the risk, to reduce the time? You're ultimately looking up to him. So why do you not just copy what he does?
It's so silly. Why would you not just do what a successful person has done just to say that you figured it out by yourself? No one cares.
No, and I think that's what people think. They think that people are going to care and they're going to get a gold medal, when realistically it's just, oh, okay, he's done it. Calm.
The fact that no one cares. I saw a picture once. It was like a cartoon, and it was so powerful. It was the cartoon looking sad, thinking no one cares, and that same cartoon looking super excited and shouting, no one cares.
No one cares.
And that was so powerful because you can see it two ways. You can be upset that no one cares, or you can be ecstatic because no one actually cares. To the point where on my way here on the tube, there was someone singing. Everyone was on their phone.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares. No one cares.
And I think it's fair to say that can be related to everything, even your failures sometimes, which is sometimes you would think, oh yeah, people are here for my failures, but no one cares.
One of the funniest things that's happened to me since The Apprentice is online trolls.
Oh, fuck yeah. Jana said that. He said the same thing.
That's one of the funniest things that's happened to me since The Apprentice.
He said the same thing, and he was saying that you got these little bums that are nowhere near your level. Nowhere near your level. And you're getting like affected by them. Why? No.
Bro, the reason it's hilarious to me is because initially it came not as a shock, but it was a hit. You know, when you can expect something to happen, but when it truly happens, you're like, oh my gosh, it's real. And then what I had to remind myself, which will tie to the no one cares point, is that whenever I watch football, I'm cussing someone. Do you know what I mean?
On the pitch.
I'm cussing them, bro. I'm like, that was a terrible pass. How can you miss a penalty?
Yeah.
That player's rubbish.
Yeah.
Would they care? If I go on Twitter and I start tweeting, Marcus Rashford is a bum. He missed the penalty. Would Marcus Rashford care?
Nah, not at all.
Should Marcus Rashford care?
No.
So when I have online trolls telling me that I'm useless, should I care? It's the exact same thing. And the other day I was in a spa with my missus, and she's a Man United fan.
Okay.
And we just randomly talking about Eric Ten Hag. And she just dislikes, like, he's such a useless manager. And I was like, that is so funny because that's exactly what the online trolls say about me. And that's why I don't care. Because should he care about you? And she was just like, oh, why do you have to make it about business? I was like, sorry, babe. But no one cares.
No, it's true. And you shouldn't care regardless of what level you're at, whether you're a very famous celebrity or you're just starting out. But obviously, it's very easy to allow those keyboard warriors, as they call them, to affect you.
It is, and it isn't at the same time. The reason why the keyboard warriors largely don't affect me is because what they say is untrue. So I take it as someone calling me Japanese. I'm not from Japan. So if you call me stupid, and I genuinely don't believe I'm stupid, I'm just going to laugh it off.
Yeah.
The issue lies when even 0.01% of you kind of believes it, which as human beings, we may have that. That's when it hits the most. So yeah.
Goes back to the devil. That's the devil. That's the negative side of the matter that is attracting you to that comment and thinking, it's installing that doubt, that fear. Is he right? Is he true? You know? And let me try to remember what they say. I wrote something down the other day and it says, what you think about me is none of your business. Like what someone says about you is none of your business. It all depends on what you tell yourself.
Facts.
If you tell yourself you're not successful, that's all you should care about. You shouldn't care what Frederick or whoever says about you, right?
And that leads me to the next point, which I think the main problem is that people are judging themselves. So as a result, they think the whole world is going to judge them. So before people post something on Instagram, they think, oh my gosh, I look horrible. Everyone else is going to think I look horrible. I sound stupid. I hate my voice. Everyone else is going to hate my voice. That's the biggest challenge.
And then what they'll do is they end up cussing someone else, taking it out.
Precisely.
Yeah. What's been your biggest success since the last episode? What's the one thing that you've done part of The Apprentice? Amazing achievement. But something that you've maybe done in your public speaking career that you're really proud of?
Las Vegas has been the highlight of my career.
Okay. Did you perform out there? What was the case?
Spoke in Las Vegas at a conference.
Nice.
And that was the highlight of my career because that was my first time speaking overseas.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be America,
Mm-hmm.
for it to be Las Vegas was incredible. And I learned so much. I think Las Vegas was just further evidence for me that, yo, you can really do this.
Mm.
The thing I'm most proud of, bro, is just the fact that I'm still fully myself.
Nothing has changed.
That's what I'm most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I'm true to myself and my heritage. So many Ghanaians have reached out to me or I've seen and bumped on the street and they're like, look, my son
Mm-hmm.
fully looks up to you.
Yeah.
When I was in secondary school, the only Ghanaian role models I had were footballers and entertainers, musicians. There was no entrepreneurs.
Mm.
And now there are many successful Ghanaian people, Stormzy, etc. Had he won. But again, they're in that entertainment space.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just really important to represent my community. And I've done that authentically. And I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, exactly. Is there plans to go back to GH and do what you do?
Absolutely. I would love to go back to GH and do what I do. I've actually been asked by a politician in Ghana to help them
Amazing.
with their campaign,
Mm.
with their presentations on their campaign. And there are a few up-and-coming pharmaceutical companies in GH
Mm-hmm.
that are going to be bidding for funding. So with my help, hopefully they'll be able to work on their presentation skills to get that funding.
Amazing. Is that in the pipeline?
That is in the pipeline. So I'll be going there in the next couple months to
Amazing.
set the groundwork. My ideal life is in Africa, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to move out there? Settle down there?
Yeah. I feel like that's where I belong.
Just feels right.
Feels right. Every time I go to Ghana, I feel like I'm at home. As someone who struggled with the home
Yeah.
/ identity crisis,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I finally found it.
Mm.
And yeah, I'd love for that to be my long-term home.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best. I hope you get there. You will get there, evidently. Last time we spoke, accountability. I don't know if you remember what you said, but I remember.
Okay, go.
I remember. I asked you, what's one thing you need to work on? I remember that. I can't remember what you said for the success, but I remember you said that you need to reach out to your friends more as a thing that you need to work on. A year later,
Yes.
is that the same case?
I have been working on that.
Okay.
Proudly. I can proudly say I've been working on that. I actually remember that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking, yo, I need to reach out to my friends more and be a better friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that now.
There was a few other things.
I remember. There are a
Can
few
you-
other things.
Can you remember?
Journaling.
Journaling, yes. Have you started doing that?
I have.
Yeah.
But not consistently.
It doesn't have to be consistent.
But I have. And it's awesome.
It's a good feeling, right?
It's awesome. Because I remember when we filmed The Apprentice 8 months before it airs.
Mm.
And after filming, I went through this crazy emotional roller coaster, man.
Mm.
It was so funny because while we were filming, I was like to myself, I ain't got a job. What am I going to do when I finish filming? I forgot who I was, bro. I forgot I have a business. I was like, I need to apply for a job. I was like, no, I don't. Just a weird thing.
Mm.
Then obviously I came out the show and for a month, I've ghosted everyone for 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
So for a month, I'm now trying to get work again. So I just had loads of time. I'm at home, going for walks.
Mm.
And I went through a crazy emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
But I documented it.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that because it helps you remember how you dealt with difficult times. So when those difficult times arise again, I'm like, okay, last summer. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's the best form of like documentation. Obviously, there's different ways of journaling. You can journal in from like a power script standpoint where you basically the manifestation side of things. So you write as if you have what you have, the lots of money in your bank account, or you do it on base how you feel. So I'm actually super happy that you've started to do that. We also talked about you writing down your goals. Is that something that you're still doing or still not doing?
Yeah, I'm not writing down my goals at the moment. And it's the goals thing is so interesting, especially now that, like I said, I feel like I've made it. And I guess making it is such a subjective thing.
Yeah.
I do have goals, though. To be fair, I do have goals. And I have written down my goals for 2025, which were to write a book.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Which is almost finished.
Nice.
I think it's to do to five international talks. And I don't remember the rest.
Frederick, that's bad. You should know all your goals.
I know.
You should know your goals. And it's difficult when, you know, things are going so well. It's just in those times when things go bad, you're like, oh, what am I really doing this for? That's when you look back at your goals. That's why I'm doing it. I want to get the I want to get the 5 international speakers. What's one thing that you're doing really well? Part of what you said about being authentic and being yourself, what's one thing that you're doing really well that's making you a better speaker, better partner?
One thing that I'm doing really well is... Good question, man. In both, like, either business or personal life.
Yeah, whatever you wanna, however you take it.
One thing that I'm doing really well is I'm taking responsibility.
Okay.
When I was younger, I would run away from responsibility. It's like I was scared of my potential.
Sure.
And I would run away from difficult conversations. It's kind of bad, bro. I'll tell you a story. This is really bad. So I have a friend who I went to school with. Her name's Anisha. This is really funny. And I said I was going to pick Anisha up from work one day. She was working at Waitrose. Something came up and I couldn't go. But I was too scared to let Anisha down. So guess what I did?
You picked her up?
I didn't pick her up. But I didn't tell her I couldn't. Bro. She's just waiting for me, bro.
Because you were too scared to tell her.
Too scared to let her down. So rather than just taking responsibility, having that conversation, I just ghosted her. She'll never make me forget, man. She always talks about it.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
And that's one thing that you're doing really well.
Now, bro, I'm taking responsibility. If a difficult conversation needs to be had, I'm so not confrontational, as you can probably tell from The Apprentice. But if there's a difficult conversation to be had, I'm having it. And I think that's making me a better friend, a better partner, a better son, a better brother.
It's important. And I think especially in a romantic relationship, it's very important to have those difficult, uncomfortable conversations that you probably don't want to be having, but the quicker and faster that you can express those feelings and iron them out, the stronger your relationship will be, right?
100%. The quicker the better is so important because the longer you wait, the worse it gets.
The worse it gets.
That's with everything in life, bro. Because I help people a lot to overcome their fear of public speaking. I say that fear is a mile long, but an inch deep. But it's also like quicksand. So the longer you wait, the deeper you go into this quicksand, then it's harder to get out of it. Whereas if you move with speed,
tackle it head on.
Head on.
It's important. It's a good way of seeing it.
Yeah.
In the quicksand. What's one quote that you live by? It's probably changed since last episode?
One quote that I live by is the extreme accountability thing.
Mm-hmm.
I tell myself that it's all on me. And I find it very empowering knowing that it's all on me. If I mess up, it's me. If I do well, it's me. I find it very empowering. But at the same time, it's bigger than me, which is why I feel like I've made it. Because, and I know I've mentioned it a number of times today, my aim in life was to inspire as many people as possible. And to help people but truly believe their current situation isn't their final destination. And I did my absolute best, / I'm doing my absolute best to do that.
Yeah.
There was a day where I went to this function and post-apprentice. So many people stopping me and telling me how I've inspired them, from 8-year-olds to 70-year-olds. And I had to reflect, and I was like, this is my goal in life. I'm currently living in it.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I do. So I was just taking in what you said.
Yeah.
And I think some people, they forget that sometimes you're actually living in what you want.
Honestly, bro, because we're human beings. There's always the illusion.
Yes.
There's always the progress. I can still progress, and I will still progress 100%. But it's why it's so important to know where you want to go in this endless race. Because you might realize that you're currently there already. You're at that bus stop right now.
Yeah. It's a level of understanding and awareness. Being aware that this is what you prayed for, this is what you asked for, and you're living it.
It's mad, bro. And it didn't come automatically. After that event, it took me saying to myself, bro, isn't this what we wanted, man?
Yeah.
Like, this is it, bro. Like, well done.
Yeah.
I hardly ever give myself credit or pat on the back. But I now do.
Yeah. You're living it. Last time you mentioned that Alex Hormozy had the biggest impact on your life. Is that still the case?
My G, Alex, my invisible mentor.
Or has that changed?
Yeah, I think it's changed.
Yeah.
I think it's changed. I think Alex Hormozy had such a profound impact on the beginning of my journey.
He's great. Even I listen to him now.
Such a G.
Amazing.
What's your favorite part? What do you think about Alex?
He's just very clear.
Yes.
Clear cut on how to do it.
And he makes a complex thing simple, bro.
Yeah,
I rate that the most. I think he's one of the best communicators. And it's funny because, kind of quick segue into public speaking stuff. Often, especially people in senior leadership, they ask me, how can they sound more clever? How can they sound more authoritative? What jargon do they need to use? I'm like, do the opposite.
Yeah.
The smartest people can explain the most complex thing to an 8-year-old. Do that.
Yeah.
And the authority doesn't come from the words that you use, but your delivery.
Your confidence.
Confident. So just take your time, make eye contact, don't rush.
Yes.
And be clear. You sound like a leader. Boom.
Yeah.
But you asked me, what did you ask me?
Significant impact on your
Yeah,
life.
who's having a very significant impact on me right now? I'm in the process of finding a new online mentor. But do you know who I'm really feeling? Myron Golden.
Okay. Never heard of her. Him.
Myron Golden. He's also a bit of a salesy dude, so similar to Alex.
Okay.
But
Is he American?
He's American.
And
And
he's very loud.
He's a black dude with a white beard and white hair.
Okay,
and always wears suits.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about someone else. My bad. Yeah. Proceed.
The reason I'm starting to really like Myron is, I guess, because of a lot of the things that he talks about are also stem from biblical principles.
Okay.
And as I'm strengthening my faith, it's nice to see and it's good to learn from him.
Yeah, no, that's one guy I would love to get on. If we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
He's great.
It wouldn't be an Endless Race podcast if I didn't finish with this question. Mine has kind of changed on the perception of the endless race. Obviously, we're all living this endless race called life. There's endless successes, endless failures. And something that's implemented it recently is there's always someone above you. There's always someone below you. And that is always the case, no matter where you are. So when you hear the phrase endless race, has it changed from your previous answer? And if it has, what does the endless race mean to you?
I remember that in my previous answer, I was talking about how because life is an endless race, it's important that you're enjoying the journey because the destination doesn't exist. And I echo that. As someone, so if you listen to this, as someone who has achieved almost anything that he wanted to achieve as a kid, I can tell you there is more to achieve. It takes me intentionally telling me, bro, yeah, there's more to achieve, but be grateful for me to be grateful. Gratitude doesn't arrive. It's created.
Yep.
Which is why I echo exactly what I said before about the endless race, bro. You want to have £1 million in your bank account. When you have £1 million in your bank account, you will not jump for joy. You want to have £10 million in your bank account. I can almost guarantee it. If you listen to this and that hasn't happened to you, let me know. Because, bro, that's how it works, bro. There's a period of time where all I wanted to do is the things I'm doing now. And I'll pray about it and I've worked so hard to get it. And now I'm here and I'm grateful, but I've created that gratitude. I don't wake up like, hey.
Yeah.
Right. So life is an endless race and let's be in the right race.
Be in the right race. Run your own race. Don't worry about, don't look left, don't look right to who's in the race, because you're in your own race.
In your own race. And similar to The Apprentice, a sick analogy about my experience in The Apprentice that I thought of 2 days ago was I was watching some of the further episodes that I weren't in, some of the other candidates, and one of them asked me, like, how does it feel? I was like, I'll be honest, it feels weird. I'm happy for you, but I'm a bit annoyed that I'm not there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this feeling feels like if I was to go to a casino and make a lot of money, but then I would go home and think, I think I could have made more. Like, yeah, I've made all of this new money. I've left with a lot more than I came, but I could have made more. And that is the attitude that you end up broke with. So as a result, even though I know I could have done more, I know I could have gone further, my belly's full.
Be grateful that you got the even, like you said, your story. It was unheard of, and you were there. Frederick, we'll leave it on that. Where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere.
Anywhere. He's literally everywhere.
Find me anywhere. Google my name, Frederick Afrifa, and then find me wherever you are. If that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook.
That's it. And if you haven't watched the first episode, make sure you go watch that, because this is a part 2. And I no doubt there will be a part 3.
100%.
Frederick, it's been a pleasure. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode.
Cheers, bro.
Peace.